Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is for that version of you that's still carrying that pain that no one saw, and that child in you that had to grow up too fast, and that soul that's still learning how to feel safe. Trauma doesn't always comes from something dramatic or violent. Sometimes it's just emotional neglect, or sometimes it's just left alone being left alone when you needed love the most. Sometimes trauma is something that is normalized, okay? Like when something is so normalized in this society, you feel that it's okay. I think this is pretty normal, and but still it bothers you, and you find it difficult to figure out that what's the main issue, why it's bothering you, or why are you feeling anxious the next time when you think about that whatever happened, whatever situation it was, and you feel that like people are very okay about it. Why I am not okay about it? Why I am struggling to normalize that thing? Because that was not normal to you, but you thought it is or it was because of people around you. Sometimes a concept of abuse is so normalized that you think that okay, I think it's common, but it's not. So it becomes trauma. And to people holding trauma, I know whatever happened wasn't your fault at all, but healing that part is your responsibility now. Because the more you neglect it, the more trauma is going to roll on again and again in your head, and you will feel like why it's not ending, what to do. Healing is something you need to focus on. It's just so much air around it that people think that it's something very deep. It is deep, but it's not complex, okay? It's easy to heal yourself once you decide that you want to heal. If you want to just rot in that drama, keep going. But if you want to heal, you can, and you will heal. You're just one step away from saying that I don't need this drama anymore. I cut this out of my life. And that's it. Sometimes we come too far that we forget to realize that we have come so far. Sometimes we are healing, but we don't realize that we are healing. So it's about acknowledging it also, okay? That okay, I am healing. Maybe I am doing something differently. Maybe I'm doing something, with more love for myself, or making small changes in my behavior towards myself or people. So it's not possible that you're not healing. Healing happens, but sometimes we don't acknowledge it, okay? But okay, so let's talk about how to heal, okay? Very small steps how to heal. And let me tell you, from whatever you have been through, healing is not about pretending that it didn't happen in the first place. It's not like that. It's about accepting that okay, it did happen. Now I need to move on. I need to heal. Okay? And it can't heal if you keep neglecting it. And only you can give yourself the love you have been craving for. And this is so true. So once you decide that I deserve that love, I will give myself that love. Everything is gonna be okay. Okay, you may have heard about it already, but some very small steps to practice healing. journal about your feelings, or talking to your inner child, okay, or doing shadow work or therapy if you can, or if you want to, or you can do more things like going on a memory trip with your inner child, okay, like think about things. Okay, one thing more which helped me to recover from, whatever I've been through, like I used to rethink about that situation, like okay, this happened, and then I used to think that what if it happened again, what will I do? Then I used to change that, visual in my head, that okay, I will not do this, okay, like if I reacted in a certain way which I didn't like, but I did because it just happened, okay, out of nowhere, and then I create a whole different visual, that what will I do if this happens again, okay, in which I portray a very strong version of myself, and how strongly and effectively I will react or respond to that situation or to that person. This thing helped me a lot, and I shared it. It may help any of you watching this video, okay. And yeah, but listen, there are a lot of ways, but you don't need to do it all in like one day. We can't do everything, every step of this in one day, but just start to show up for yourself, even in the most tiny ways, okay. Like I get it, you didn't choose the wound, but we got to heal it, right? And it's also very important to be patient with yourself. I know saying this is very easy, be patient, have patience, it's very easy. I was the most impatient person, okay. Still I am in some situations, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to work through it. But when we are healing, no, one thing we don't realize is that trauma is something, it can't be treated, it all can't be treated in just one go. You can't. And even if you like change that perspective in your head, about that situation, it may repeat again and again. You may have that flashbacks, or that fear, that that you can feel that fear here in your chest. It's a very unusual kind of pain, and I hate it, okay. When I fear something, or it's said that if our throat chakra is blocked, when you can't, like if you want to say something but you can't because of fear, you feel that pain here or here, okay. And only you can give the peace you deserve to yourself. Yep, it's not about other people. Once we decide that I cut this drama out, it's done. We have the control. But sometimes we do allow shady things to happen, but we don't have to, okay. And yeah, so being patient with yourself, I was the most impatient person, and but now I'm trying to work through it. But I learned that trauma, we have to work on it, and but don't take pressure, okay. You don't need to stress about it, that I need to heal that trauma. If you take stress of that thing also, then what's the point? Healing is not about taking stress. It's really just not about taking stress, okay. It's actually about finding peace within. It's not about stressing about that I need to heal. You will heal. Have patience. I say this to myself also, have patience. And I know sometimes we wish for someone to save us. You do, right? Sometimes we do this, we wish for someone to save us, but maybe that someone is you. This was a hard pill to swallow for me, but now thought of this, like earlier thought of this was scary, but now I'm in peace with this, that okay, you can give yourself the love you deserve. Really, you can give yourself the peace you deserve. You can make yourself feel safe. And yeah, and you know, whatever happened. You deserve to feel the joy again. Whoever judges you, let them. It's okay. You know, sometimes people do this, okay, this happened to this person, how are they so happy again? Bitch, what? No, I don't deserve to be happy. I do. You wanna stay sad? Stay. I don't want. Okay? So, yep, you are allowed to feel that joy again. You are allowed to feel that happiness again. And you don't need to carry that burden of what others did to you, okay? Because that was their point, to make an, impact. And we don't need to carry that burden because it was never ours to carry. Okay? And yep. So today, just be very proud of yourself for first just realize how far you have come, because I know whoever is watching this video, I know you have been through something, but you have come so far. Be proud of yourself, okay? Because you deserve it. Okay, so until next time, bye bye. And I want to say this, if you want me to make a video on a certain topic, please do mention in comments. I would love to see your comments.